what the 15-minute AI consultation is for and what happens after it. If you're considering working with 80/20 Green, the first step is a short 15-minute consultation about doing an AI audit for your business. Now, the call is deliberately quite short and structured. It's not a sales pitch, it's not a technical deep dive, and it's not a commitment to proceed. Its purpose is really just to clarify fit on both sides and to decide whether an AI audit is a sensible next step for your business. So in this video, I'm just going to explain what this call is for, what we cover in the call, what we don't, and what typically happens next. Well, many businesses are uncertain about AI. They're not sure whether it's relevant to their operations, whether the effort is worthwhile, and whether they're too early, late, or somewhere in between. The AI audit consultation exists to address this uncertainty quickly and hopefully proportional to the business's needs. Rather than asking you to commit time or budget up front, we use a short conversation to understand your operating context at a high level, discuss whether an audit would add value, and confirm whether our approach is appropriate. If the answer is no, it's a valid outcome. So what this call isn't is not a product demonstration. It's not a discussion of particular AI tools or vendors. It's not a generic presentation about what is AI or about AI in general, or it's not a sales call designed to close. We're not attempting to design solutions on this call, and we're not going to recommend specific technologies. The call just exists to decide whether further work is justified. So the typical agenda for the 15 minutes would be, firstly, we're going to just ask a small number of questions to set context, such as like what type of business do you operate, where operational effort is currently concentrated, and why are you entering into this conversation with us? What prompted the conversation? And second, we're going to list for kind of operating patterns. So as you talk about your business, we're looking for operating patterns, not necessarily problems. We're paying attention to things like coordination complexity, administrative load, recurring communications, and decision bottlenecks. Then third, we'd briefly explain how an AI audit would typically be scoped in a business like yours and explain why an AI audit in actual fact may not necessarily be appropriate if that's the outcome that we believe. So what do we ask of you? The call works best when the discussion is practical. So we'll typically be asking about, well, how does work flow through your business? Where delays or rework tend to occur? And which parts of the operation feel heavier than they should? So this is a confidential conversation. And you don't need to have prepared materials or have process maps or technical knowledge. We just want clear, experience-based answers, and they're more useful than a lot of detail, actually. So what can you get from the call? So at the end of the 15-minute AI consultation, which is we're offering at no charge, hopefully you can get these three useful outcomes. Firstly, you should know whether an AI audit is likely to be useful in your situation. Second, you know what an audit would focus on at a high level if it were to proceed. And third, you'll know what the sensible next step would be. So the next step could be, well, no action for now, could be a follow-up discussion, or it could be a proposal for a scoped AI audit. Let's now look at why we don't skip this 15-minute. So some firms, AI firms, might just want to jump straight into the solution. We're deliberately not doing that. If we skip this step, possibly the work could be misscoped, there might be unclear expectations, and there might be effort put in that actually doesn't really provide much value. It's not worth it. So this short consultation protects both you and us by ensuring that any next step is grounded and proportionate to your business needs. So how does this support a sensible AI journey? So AI adoption works best when it's treated as a sequence of decisions, not just a single grand leap. The 15-minute audit consultation is simply the first of those decisions. It helps establish whether to proceed, how to proceed, and what not to do yet. So if you're exploring AI and want to do so with judgment rather than urgency, to be strategic rather than just jump in because you think you're missing out, the 15-minute call is designed to help. It's short, structured, and practical. And it exists to give you clarity, not to sell you something that you're not ready for.